the Bermuda Triangle, mysterious, worldly, sometimes fatal. For decades, intrepid researchers delved into the maze of hidden mysteries in this place, one of the most enigmatic lands. Some speculate that the sometimes bizarre anomalies, disappearances and strange phenomena can be explained by natural occurrences. Others insist that relics of an advanced unknown culture left a fantastic technology. Huge machines that literally energy warp space-time and open portals to other realities. Now, American explorers and French have made a monumental discovery, a partially translucent pyramid as glass, rising from the bottom of the Caribbean Sea. Its origin, age and purpose are completely unknown. The pyramid discovered challenges current theories of archaeology. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Artistic conception of the amazing glass pyramid, a gigantic structure, perhaps larger than the Great Pyramid of Cheops in Egypt, and was initially identified by a doctor in the early 1968, has been independently verified by diving teams from France and the United States. The discovery has shocked scientists around the world. Did they rush to investigate that? No, they are more likely to ignore it carefully. If they are pressed, they will officially declare as highly skeptical, especially considering the potential ramifications. The pyramid could confirm the claims of some engineers, that the pyramids were originally created as massive energy sources, supporting the claim that the ancient city-state of Atlantis existed, or even give answers to the mysterious events that have occurred since the 19th century in the Atlantic region called the Bermuda Triangle. It was first discovered in 1968. According to history, the pyramid was discovered accidentally in 1968 by a doctor of naturopathy, Ray Brown of Mesa, Arizona. Brown was in the Caribbean and towards diving holiday with friends in a region of the Bahamas, known as the Tongue of the Ocean. The area acquired that name because a tongue-shaped portion of the seabed that extends from the island before falling sharply at greater depths. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. When account of its discovery, the doctor explained that he was separated from his friends when they were diving. While trying to meet them, found a huge structure that rose from the ocean floor, a silhouette of a black-colored bulky object that fell as light sunlight filtered through the water. The object was shaped like a pyramid. Since I had little air, he did not stay long when investigating the pyramid, but he found a strange crystal sphere. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. The pictures of 3 pyramids can be seen in the glass. Brown he brought it to the surface, and later, when the old glass was studied by the researchers, were amazed by their properties. Is the glass pyramid phenomena causing the triangle? Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Some researchers have theorized triangle for years, that a strange energy source exists in the seabed within the region of the ocean, affecting planes, ships and boats. Some researchers posit that if the legendary Atlantis really existed, the remains of his legendary energy vortex machine could still be intact on the ocean floor. Such a machine, they claim, would probably pyramidal, and the original historical model was copied by world cultures later. Mysterious pyramids spread around the world. Pyramidal structures have been discovered throughout North, Central and South America, Eastern Europe, the frozen tundra of Siberia, North and Central China, and possibly in Antarctica. South Pole Pyramid cannot be confirmed, as this at depths of over a mile of ice, and images of it are controversial. Years ago, mysterious ruins, the remains of an unknown culture, were discovered on a small island called Malden in the Pacific Ocean. It also claimed that the ruins had the remains of an ancient pyramid. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Madeline, the enigmatic Pacific island in the middle of nowhere. Believers in the ancient land of Lemuria, also called Mu, proposed that the ruins may be all that remained of that ancient land, while others speculated it could have been an advanced colony of Atlantis. An anthropologist from the Bishop Museum in Honolulu, Hawaii, explored the ruins in 1924, and said he had not found any pyramid. What the scientist Kenneth Emery found, however, there was evidence that a small Polynesian tribe once settled briefly, perhaps no more, back in time to the 16th century. Despite this finding, more revelations followed coming from this small island during subsequent years. Researcher Mitch Williamson delved into the mysteries. Reporting on some of the most striking findings of Williamson, Rich Hoffman, explorer and researcher, writes, there are 40 stone temples on Malden Island described as similar in design to the buildings of Nainmudal and Pohnpei, about 3,400 miles 5,475 kilometers. In fact, there is a way of basalt runs along the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, which connects these islands under hundreds of meters of water. This suggests a culture that has more than 50,000 years old, and that all this landmass once stood above water, while maintaining a civilization that was no problem to move the huge stones, to build very large and fussed societies, which we know absolutely nothing, apart from the fact that someone built and that are older than the biblical story. Nevertheless, no one argues about it, because they do not fit into our understanding of the human race and its origins. Scientists have theories diffusion, how migrants arrived in North America using the land bridge of the Bering Strait, and they are sticking with it. The same is true of the scattered ruins of the Caribbean, suggest a very large civilization that stretches from the coastal waters of the Florida Keys into the waters of the Bahamas, Bimini crossing near and east into the Atlantic. Cuba also has underwater ruins off its coast that may have been part of the same complex in the city-state. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Two divers exploring the trails of the ruins in front of Bimini. Hoffman also mentioned, almost in passing, the incredible report explorer Tony Bennett, who made the momentous discovery of another great pyramid under 10,000 feet of water in the Atlantic. The pyramid, Bennett says, is covered by a huge glass. And if that's not enough, Hoffman shares the discovery of R.E. Marshall expedition in 1977. The team found a small pyramid in front of Cay Sal in the Bahamas. Marshall took underwater photos of the pyramid that is submerged under 45 meters of water. According to Marshall, tells about the splendors of the mysterious pyramid. He also reported that the water around the pyramid was a luminescent white sparkling water that came out of the openings of the pyramid. Although the water at that depth is dark, not much light comes when great depth is reached. The water around the pyramid was amazingly illuminated by the glow of the structure and appeared a phosphorescent green. No exploration for further discovery has been made. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Atlantis, the lost continent. Image: MGM Studios are flooding the Ice Age destroyed Atlantis? Did Atlantis really existed? Is the description that Plato left the only history perhaps mythical land? Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. For an answer, Hoffman returns to the history of amateur archaeologist who discovered the legendary city of Troy, Heinrich Schliemann, the man who found and excavated the famous ruins of Troy, which historians believed was only a legend. Apparently he left a written report of his discovery of a vessel with an unknown scientists, who examined him in the famous metal Priam's treasure. Inside they had glyphs in Phoenician stating that it was the king Kronos of Atlantis. An identical pottery was found in Tijuanaco, Bolivia. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. If Atlantis existed, probably existed during the end of the last ice age. The story of sinking refers to the massive and increasing ocean flooding, when the Arctic ice cap oversized suddenly recoiled with catastrophic results for much of the northern hemisphere. At the end of the last ice age, sea levels were lower levels today in almost 400 meters. Once the water began to rise, they rose quickly. Conceivably, any technology then or now could have saved Atlantis from its watery grave. The properties of glass pyramids. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Some theories suggest that the pyramid's Atlantis energy city of the island were made of glass, or their tops were coated with a crystalline substance. Could such a thing really generate, store and distribute energy on demand? Yes! Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. The Kirlian photograph of a power grid. Pyramids. Experimenters discovered decades ago that the pyramids tend to act in some way as a natural electrical capacitor that collects and stores energy around them. The higher the pyramid, the larger the collection capacity and energy storage. Also important is the composition of the pyramid. Having one made of glass or a top made of glass could significantly increase your energy. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Dr. D. Image J. Nelson, University of Wyoming. During long it has been known that crystals have applications in energy and natural exhibits piezoelectric properties. Before radios, germanium crystals used to capture radio waves and convert them into electrical signals that may be processed and transmitted via headphones and duplication of sound waves of the human voice, music and other sounds. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Vortex illustration: energy and discharge cusp. The energy pyramid, the researchers say, is intrinsic to the shape of a pyramid. It is an architecture that is proven to work as an energy and energy-powered amplifier. As if to prove the true statements of researchers, some of the pyramids in the world began to unload energy beams into space. See, world pyramids transmit energy to the mysterious cloud of space. The final result? The pyramids are inherently natural energy generators. The pyramids and the cavity structural effect. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Barry Carter drew attention to another property that the pyramids exhibit called the cavity structural effect CSE by its discoverer, Dr. Viktor S. Grebennikov. The scientist uses the CSE to build a rudimentary anti-gravitational platform. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Viktor S. Grebennikov shows the anti-gravity platform. Carter explains that Grebennikov also said he felt the energies emitted from the top of a pyramid. You will soon find a hot spot, clot, where the Egyptians had their tombs. Another active zone of flame on the top of the pyramid is also well perceived by the indicator. If you drag its end over the top, the clot and calls are well felt by the finger inserted into the pyramid, or palm moved above it after some practice. The effect of the pyramid, which generated many stories of fear and mystery for centuries, is one of the manifestations of CSE. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. The death vortex. Bermuda Triangle. The pyramids can create another deadly phenomena, an energy vortex. Besides the anomalies of time and space that were reported in the triangle, some survivors of terrible incidents have reported huge vortices, eddies that have suddenly appeared and disappeared. There is evidence that some ships may have gone missing because of this phenomena. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. The observations of some of the submerged pyramids reveal that sporadically generate intense vortices and seawater flowing around them. The vortices can be caused by a discharge of internal energy. If these pyramids submerged massive energy discharge also through its cusps, they could explain the formation of vortices. Mortals on the sea surface that absorbs everything, like ships with its doomed crew. Giant glass pyramid discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. Computer simulation of the pyramid creating vortices. Future expeditions to these mysterious pyramids can finally discover the truth and reveal the incredible ancient technology. Unfortunately, archaeology deep sea is very expensive and is not well funded. Most dive is on ancient shipwrecks that promise riches. Treasure hunters at the expense of the risks. And of course, the world's universities are not particularly eager to explore the idea that there may be very ancient ruins with high technology that challenges virtually all the basics of their favorite theories.